Is this not every golfer's dream setup? Imagine having a space like this in your house where you can practice throughout the whole year. Here in the UK, we're just heading into winter. Temperatures have dropped, it's starting to rain, so this is going to be absolutely invaluable to allow me and will allow you to keep practicing even through those winter months. Historically, getting something like this at home used to be crazy expensive and actually quite difficult, but SimSpace are changing all that, making it really affordable and really easy with their sim packages. For your home sim, there's a couple of things that you're going to need. You're going to need a hitting mat, somewhere that will allow you to hit wedges, irons right the way through to driver. Then you're also going to need a screen and an enclosure. Now, essentially, if you've got those two things, that's it. You've got a space where you can practice. But if you want to level up, you can then introduce technology, such as a full swing kit, which is going to give you all of the data, the shots that allow you to see ball flights. And if you really want to get a setup like this, you're going to need something like a projector to project that data onto the screen. When it comes to technology, what you need is going to depend a little bit on the space that you have, and they fall into really two categories. You've got things like the full swing kit, which are a radar-based device. Now what this means is it tracks the golf ball for its initial flight, and then from that data can tell you exactly where the ball would have gone. Now the key thing with radar devices is they need to be set, depending on the device itself, around about 8 feet behind the golf ball, and they need to see around about 8 to 10 feet of ball flight for them to then calculate what the golf ball is going to do through the air. If you've got space for that, these are great devices that can also be used outdoors. You've also then got camera-based devices. Now these sit opposite the golf ball and take images within the first foot of the golf ball's ball flight. These are fantastic because they're great if you are really limited for space, because they don't have to be set behind the golf ball and they don't need to see 8 to 10 feet of ball flight. They literally just need that first foot that they can get their images from. Now you might be wondering whether you've got enough space to have your own sims. Let me give you the basic dimensions. For something like what we've got here, the minimum width that you need is 2.5 meters. That's going to ensure that you can get an enclosure like this, enough room that you're not going to do any damage. Now, if you want to hit driver in your indoor sim, then you're going to need some height. So the minimum requirement in terms of ceiling height is 10 feet. That's going to give you plenty of clearance. It's going to mean you can then comfortably hit driver as often as hard as you like. In terms of depth, it really depends on the device that you've got. As we've already spoken about, if you're using radar, you're going to need a little bit more depth. However, if you're using camera-based equipment, you can actually get your sim in a much smaller space. But the real key numbers are the width and the height. So with multiple launch monitors, different size enclosures and 4 impact screens to choose from, SimSpace can work for you and also work around your budget. Allow SimSpace to create your perfect indoor golf studio.